Good morning. Welcome to Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. The newspapers this morning, we have big stories, of course, talking about Telecom set to increase the price hike in data and calls and text, and of course some election issues. And joining us to analyze the stories and more on the newspapers this morning is Adebayo Fajimi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
All right, to begin from Nigerian News Direct, the big story is Telecom's 40% tariff hike. Nigerians to pay more on calls, text messages, data. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct paper. What do you have to say of this update?
Yeah, of course, the telecoms are stakeholders. These people have a very valid point. Even though we are not yet sure of
The enforcement of
yes,
this.
Yes,
It's just a proposal.
Yes, yes. But I think most of some of the point they raise is that the ability to run business aftermath COVID-19 and all of that is just it's dawning on them now. And there is there is nothing they could do than to increase the tariff and all of that. So but I think our government, we have seen it all over the world aftermath COVID-19. I think our policymaker needs to come in and to help the sector. Like for instance, in the aspect of cutting tax for them and all of that, because if your business is not moving and you are expected to pay a high level of tax and all of that,
You'll be losing.
Yes, you'll be losing. And the number one mindset of you coming into business in the first place is to maximize profits. And if that is out of it, of course, what are you waiting for in the business? So I think our policymakers, the government needs to come in and ensure that they help the sector in whatever way, so that the burden will not be too much on the consumer, at least because it is part of their own responsibility, at least for the time being, to ensure that our consumers or subscriber to whatever aspect of it, to this industry enjoy good service, and they don't pay that much, at least at this very point in time.
Definitely, I do agree with you on that one, and that's the big story on the Nigerian News Direct paper. From the very top of this particular newspaper, Governor Abiodun's second term sacrosanct, says Ayola on page 11. And besides that, Osun 2022, BME urges voters to vote Oyetola. That's on page 2. Besides that, NCC issues final letters of license awards to 5G spectrum winners. And then beside the picture of the day, first quarter, Dangote cement ramps up production at Opela plant. That's on page 23 of the Nigerian News Direct paper. And then we'll see Finance Act 2021, government agency to pay 10 million naira penalty for executing FIRS tax job. That's on page 4 of the Nigerian News Direct paper. We move over to the Nation newspaper. From the very top, NBA charged federal lawmakers over no ransom payment bill. That's on page 28. Besides that, 73.8 million bank account not linked to BVN. The writer says 128.4 million customers targeted. That story is on page 8. Besides that, MTN Mafab to roll out 5G spectrum August 24th. Of course, it's this year. That story is on page 8 of the Nation. And Abiodun suspended aid, pleads guilty to $350,000 fraud. That's on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. The big story there is Tinubu, many presidential aspirants good for democracy. We have 3 riders. The first, Oshomole Fayemi Akpabio join race. The second, Jigawa governor picks nomination form. The third, PDP OK's exclusion of 2 contenders. That's on the Nation newspaper. Of course, we're talking about this issue the other day of how we've seen different people, many Nigerians turning up for this presidential jostle, this election that's coming next year, 2023. And now, Tinubu is saying it's good for democracy. What's your reaction to his statement?
Of course, I concur and I agree totally, to what he said, because if you look at, Nigerian military interregnum, some 25, 30, 35 years ago, you know that you dare not, because it is totalitarianism. So it is a government, a dictatorship, dictatorial government. So it is one man government. Whatever you say, that's the final. You don't have right to a lot of things. But that's the beauty of democracy. So you have right to want to contest as long as you are an eligible citizen, you are qualified, you have all the criteria. Of course, so that's the beauty, and we are happy that we are seeing this. That we are seeing many people from across the country. Coming out to want to say, okay, they want to they want to become the president of Nigeria. So, but like I do say, democracy is a big tent, and it absorbs or allows carpetbaggers, Democrats, whatever you call yourself, to come and say, okay, you want to represent people, you want to lead people. But the system also allows people to know who is real and who is not real. So the unfortunate part in our system is just that a lot of people are gullible, that even the carpetbaggers, so far they bring money, so they will just slide into the system and allow carpetbaggers who are not supposed to be our leaders to be leading us. So what I think, I agree with what Mr. Tinubu said. It's a very good one, and we are very happy that this is happening even in Nigeria.
Okay, that's on the Nation newspaper. And then the last story, just on the end of the paper right there, we see Boko Haram kills 8 sets military base ablaze in Chibok village. That's on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. On the Punch, the big story, multiple candidates threaten Southern presidency, leaders 124 aspirant. That's on page 2. We have a couple of others. Southwest APC leaders, Ohaneze meetings with aspirants to canvass consensus. Pro-zoning protesters storm PDP APC secretariat, warn against crisis. Fayemi Oshomole Akpabio declare Ekiti governor hasn't governed state well, says PDP. That's on the Punch newspaper. And then we see Lagos pastor jailed for life for raping friends, twins, court faults parents. That's on page 4 of the Punch. And we see Telecom firms, diesel cost jumps by 233%, hit 360 billion naira on page 22. On page 4, slain military couple. Buhari demands killer's arrest. IPOB denies complicity. That is on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. We move over to the Blueprint newspaper, and that is our big story as APC extends sale of nominations form to May 10. Fayemi, Oshomole, Akpabio, Badaru swell number of aspirants to 21. That's on the Blueprint newspaper right there. Swelling number of aspirants to 21. But with the writers, we have a couple of them. Ekiti governor promises to end impunity. Jigawa governor says is most qualified. And the next one, Akpabio vows not to let Nigeria sing. Former Edo governor to tax the rich heavily. And then Nigeria won't regret electing me as president, says Osinbajo. And women floored Akure Street for Yahya Bello, kick against zoning. And Tinubu says APC will remain united after primaries. But the big story, APC extends sale of nomination forms to May 10. Of course, we've spoken about the price tag on the ticket. And now Fayemi Oshomole Akpabio, Badaru, swell number of aspirants, 21. So APC alone are having 21 candidates for 2020 general elections. Now, you said it's good for democracy, but really, how tenable is this, considering the amount of the presidential ticket, which is 100 million naira? Now we're having 21 people.
But merciful, don't forget that a lot of them have declared, but how many of them have actually obtained the form? So that's another aspect. A good number of them have not even obtained the form. The likes of Rotimi Amechi and as at the last time, what was his name? Former governor of Edo State. Most of these people have not obtained the form. They are just coming out to express their interest, to declare their interest. So they have not obtained the form. Even if they have obtained the form, as long as I believe democracy, like I said, is a big tent, and it allows a lot of people, in fact, every Nigerian, as long as you are a citizen of Nigeria or any part of the country where democratic process is being practiced, you are eligible to contest. Of course. So the important aspect is whatever you say you have, and that's the beauty. It is the people that will determine your fate, not you saying you want to impose yourself on people, you want to impose whatever manifesto, whatever agenda you have on people. It is the people that will determine what your fate will be. So the power lies in the hand of people. Whatever Fayemi is saying, whatever Akpabio is saying, even the same Oshomole, any of them, the power lies on the people, whether from the party primaries and even in the real election, in the general election. So yes, it is very good that these people are coming to test their popularity, to know how strong they are, and to see the possibility of being of emerging as a president of Nigeria. But at the end of the day, I believe so strongly that the power still lies in the hand of the people.
Yes, it still lies in the hand of the people. On Nigerian Tribune, the big story shares the same with the blueprint. APC extending sale of forms, PDP postpones local government congresses. That's on the Nigerian Tribune. On the leadership, the big story, protesters invade APC PDP secretariat, one party ticket zoned to south. And on national economy, the big story right there, 16 months after launch, border restrictions frustrate AFCFTA. That's on the National Economy newspaper. And the last one, The Guardian, of course, suspends as APC orders aspirant to sign withdrawal letter. That is in the Guardian newspaper of today. And don't forget, you can always stay updated on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. And our social media platform handle is at TOSTV Network. Of course, the platforms are Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much, Adebola, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Nigeria Now. Don't forget, we're coming away again tomorrow. My name is Merciful Ajinmo. Have a wonderful day.